So we're here on the banks of Mount Etna to see some of the unique conditions here due to the volcanic activity. And this red soil here is, if we smell it, is really strong minerally, and this gets embodied in the wine. And this gets formed by lava flow, so lava flows over the top. So if I point up to the roof in this cave, this is all the lava flow. Okay, and it sort of cooks the rock, cooks the soil, burns the soil, and we get this unique red soil full of mineral flavour. It's really strong scented, and it's imparted in the wine. And it's what makes Etna wine so unique. So this is the outside of the cave, and you can see the lava flow above it there. And then if we turn around, then we have the vineyards straight on there. So we can really see that terroir from the lava flows, that burnt Giara soil, and how it impacts the grapes. You know, it's literally right next to it. You know, and again, this is why Etna wines are so special. It's all down to the terroir, the unique conditions of the volcano so close by. So we're on a terrace here with some white grapes, and really I just wanted to show you a bit more about the terroir, the location that we've got here. So if we look down the slopes further, that's the sea right there. And what we find with the sea is that this is bringing in salty breeze, which gets imparted in both the grapes as they're growing, but also in the soils. And so you get a really nice salinity in these white wines. And then the other way, I don't think we can quite see it, but up beyond that, probably 20 kilometers away, is Mount Etna. So we're literally on the slopes of the volcano here. You really start to understand the terroir and the unique circumstances that these wines hold. The other interesting thing is, as we start to walk down the slope now, is the role that the sea has played not just in developing the flavour of the grapes, but also in the development of the industry. So back in medieval times, and before that in Roman times, grapes were cultivated here, wines were made, but actually they would barrel them up in big barrels and take them down to the sea, and be loaded straight onto ships to then supply a lot of the rest of Northern Europe with these wines from Etna. We're just looking at these grapes, and you can see actually that there's quite a lot of damage to them. They're not really growing consistently, and this was due to fog earlier on in sort of March, April time. And it meant that the flowers on the vines got killed largely. Fortunately, these were treated with some organic compounds, sulfur and copper, to help to save the grapes, and fortunately there is fruit on them. But because they're such young vines still, it's been quite low intervention, so they've not picked off a lot of the low quality ones yet. They'll do that at harvest time. But yes, fortunately they've managed to preserve some of their fruit, and we were just told that a lot of the neighbouring vineyards have actually lost their entire crop due to these weather conditions earlier on in the year. So I'm just tasting some of these white grapes here, and what you really notice is the thick skin. It's ever so strong, ever so thick. And I think that really comes down to the climatic variation. So we have very hot days. I mean, it's mid-30s today, and this is not atypical. But then it cools off at night, and it makes a really hardy grape there. And of course, it's not just about grape production here. We've just got a small olive grove on the side of the vineyards here. Some lovely fruit there maturing. I'm sure to be pressed into some delicious olive oil